And we're rolling.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. And again, welcome to the best place you can park it on a Wednesday night. Welcome to the Attitude Shift. I'm Donna Butler, driving the virtual red Corvette tonight, along with two great passengers and road dogs, ride or die, whatever you want to call them. They're with me tonight. They're with me every Wednesday night. We'll start off first with handing the steering wheel to Siobhan Shaw. Hey, darling, how are you this Wednesday night?
I'm a little mixed up. I am truly mixed up. You know, the name of the show tonight, the topic of the show is mixed signals, and I certainly got my signals mixed up this week. And I'll tell you as soon as I introduce Ariel Butler, I don't know what to call you. It's like you're the stick shift or something in the middle.
Stick shift. I'm a permanent spot in the about a hitchhiker or anything. I'm here now, so I'll be in the back seat. I'm okay with the back seat for now.
She's the ride or die. That's our ride or die. That's our mascot. Our ride or die.
Our mascot.
All right, we'll go with that. We'll go with the mascot.
Well, certainly our audience is getting mixed signals, but we love Ariel Butler, and we're so happy that she's joined the show, and she is a permanent fixture of the show, a bright light in what sometimes can be a dim world over here.
Put that in there. Yes. Mixed signals, Siobhan.
That is great, and it's such a great topic. I love this topic. I love how we come up with topics on the fly. I love it because I'm going to throw it back at Siobhan because she sent out a mixed signal. I don't know how she did it, but I got a message from Siobhan. We keep it real. We keep it real raw and right on, as we always say. I got a message from Siobhan about, 20 minutes ago. Tell me about that message, Siobhan.
Okay, so I got these mixed signals going on. I said to you on Monday, I said, well, so what's the show going to be about this week? I always ask you on Monday. And the only time I don't ask you on Monday is if we've already planned somebody. And so then I remind you who's coming, and I've dealt with their PR people, and so I'm getting emails, and there's all this, back and forth, sending details and making sure everybody's set for the show. Well, you go, well, how about mixed signals? Now, here's the really weird thing, and I don't know if it's a coincidence. About 37 minutes ago, I get an email or a text from Roger Haskett, and he's a good friend of mine from the film industry. He's an actor, brilliant actor, comedic actor. He's from Vancouver. He's very funny, and he does these workshops on playful attitudes. So guess what? He sends me an email and says, hi, Siobhan, I just realized it's the 25th. Are we still on for the interview?
Wow.
I am gobsmacked. I look back and I'm like, oh, yeah. I totally wanted him on. I went after him. I invited him. And about February 10th, he said, 25th looks like a great day to be on the Attitude Shift. Looking forward to it. I immediately responded on February 10th saying, awesome, I'll be in touch with you next week, probably next week with more details. And then somewhere between February 10th and February 25th, I completely lost the signal. Maybe there weren't even any mixed signals, but that's the kind of thing that can happen. There's so much going on in your life, so much detail that you really can get mixed up, messed up. You can get yourself into a muddle, and you can really, truly send out signals that people can interpret in a million different ways. Like Roger could go, oh, well, she really doesn't want me on the show.
Right.
But I do. But I've had my head in a lot of toilets over, I might have been making dinner right then when I was talking to him. I don't know what time it was. I'm being pulled in many different directions. I just completely lost it. I mean, I lost the memory of even asking him until
37 minutes ago.
That makes something. Is it true that, you know, people say if you forget about it, then obviously it wasn't important to you? You know, like, is that true in a case of, you know, if I forget, obviously it wasn't that important to me?
I don't think so.
That's not what this show is about.
I know. I don't think so, but I think that has a lot to do, with the mixed signals, because that's a mixed signal, what she just sent out. You know, it's not really that important to you. If you forgot, you know, think about it. That signal that may have been sent out, you know, well, it's not important to her if she couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Think about that in our daily lives. You know, think about what we overlook. I blame a lot on technology. We move faster than the speed of sound now, and we have things coming in our heads and they're going back out. We have text messages. We have voice to text. Imagine sometimes I'm in a hurry and I want to say something voice to text, and it comes out so wrong. It comes out so wrong because I'm talking into a dictating machine that doesn't see my feelings, doesn't know what it's just going to type out what I say. And, you know, if I don't say exclamation point, good morning, without an exclamation point, how many people will write back and say, well, is it a really good morning to you? Or is the exclamation point? You know, sometimes you write, a lot of people tell me I write in bold, you know, a lot of my words.
You constantly yell, according to people think that you yell because you use capital letter.
Yeah, people think I yell, but that's not what I'm doing. It's just, and what a mixed signal that is. I'm not yelling. I just want you to pay attention to those words that I have capitalized. Mm-hmm. So I blame a lot on technology. I blame a lot on us being lazy, of using voice to, you know, dictate and text instead of picking up the phone saying, hey, you know, how are you doing? You can't see that in a text.
Oh yeah, I wish he'd called me yesterday because I would have, I would have went, oh yeah. Or I wish that I had put it on my calendar the moment I responded to him. But obviously I got up from my desk and left and just completely forgot. You know, just went on for the next 15 days oblivious to the fact that Roger Haskett is going to be doing a show with us on Playful Attitudes. And I think it's next week because, so I said, well, come on next week. He goes, well, next Wednesday's a little busy for me. Could it be the next Wednesday? What does he mean by that?
2 Wednesdays. That's a mixed signal. So we need to clarify that. You know, the next Wednesday.
Do you mean the 11th or the 18th, right after St. Patrick's Day? So I actually did email him back and ask him that because... So,
I'm going to just throw it out there right now, mixed signals. I'm recently single now, and...
Let's get right to what mixed signals are all about. Ariel's love life.
Mixed signals as in being too nice, seeming you're being flirtatious, you're not showing enough emotion, so you're mean, you don't care, you know. That's at the point where I'm dealing with right now. Don't want to show too much interest, you know, because I don't want to seem vulnerable, but then if I don't, I'm not showing enough, so I don't care. So, any advice about that you may have for me? About
you go first, Siobhan.
Join a nunnery. No.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Just, you know, I am a big flirt. I still am. I'm in a 20+ year relationship with the same man, and as he said, we must have been in a past life together because we just kind of fit. Everything just fits for us, but I'm still a big flirt. I mean, I just responded to a picture of a friend of ours, Coach Mark Semple. He's got his profile picture is him without a shirt on at a beach. Well, I'm like, hey, there's a here's a good-looking guy with his shirt off, and it's just showed up on my Facebook page. Of course, I'm gonna say something to him, right?
Yeah, all right. She's like one person to be like, right.
All right.
But
I mean,
but
Coach knows you.
Signal from me.
Right. But Coach knows you. Right. But Coach knows you. So he won't get. Yeah, he won't get that. But I like how you said someone else might. It was so funny because the other day we attended a funeral for a friend, and afterwards, there were a few people gathering around, and Ariel saw someone that she knew. I won't go into great detail names, but she saw someone and they took a picture together. And the first thing that Johnny wanted to do is he wanted to see the picture first. And he wanted to see if they were too close, if her head was leaning on his, if his arm was around her, because he didn't want to send out mixed signals to people who know both him and Ariel. And there are several that would see the two of them and know them, that they knew each other. But he was worried about the mixed signals that it might send to people out there. So that was really weird. Ariel innocently took a picture with someone she loves dearly and cares about, but they were worried about what other people would say, that the picture would send a mixed signal. That, which is really, to me, mixed signals, and I'm just like, if we have to worry about what people say about that picture, maybe you need to go home and, see what's going on at home, that you can't take a picture with a friend, and put it up.
That's the thing. It's really about, it comes down to awareness. Again, another and major factor in an attitude shift, and what we write about in Journey of the Soul Car, which is free to all you guys to download from our website, theattitudeshift.com. And it will tell you to become more aware and reading the signals that you see. You have to become aware that they're based on what's going on with you and your emotions and how you see the world, right?
Right. Absolutely. Or what are you attracting when you send those signals? That's another thing that I like to look at too. Is that I'm doing something doing something in repetition to keep sending the same signals, to keep attracting the same people. So working on that.
No, it makes me think of an ad I saw today, and I'm just looking to see if I can see it. You know how they put the ads on your Facebook page?
Yes.
Well, lately I've been getting a lot of ads about dating. And I
have too.
Well, it just dawned on me because I've just become aware. It's not that I don't have my relationship status up, which I don't, and it's not that they don't see that I talk about my significant other on a regular basis, but I think it's because we just did 2 dating shows in a row. And so
yes, I think so. I think so as well.
And I was like, no, I don't want a guy that. Too bad the ad's gone, but no, I don't want to date a guy who's like from Russia or something. I mean, it was just the weirdest ad, right? It's like, why am I getting these ads?
And I know that's why too, because of Vanessa and the show last week. The last couple of things, I started getting dating ads too. But I like what you said, Ariel, about with you being single and out there, because I'm up close and personal, and I do see this. I do see that you can't go to the gas station and pump gas and smile nicely without someone wanting your phone number, without someone, disregarding. And I'm going to be real honest, disregarding who I could be in the car.
Right.
Whether I'm your mom, they don't know that. Whether I'm your lover, they don't know that. They don't know that. And it's just crazy how this happens on a regular basis. That we can go into the store, and we're walking in the store together, and sometimes Ariel puts her arm through mine. She loops her arm through mine, and we're just walking in the store. But it's funny how she can say hi, and the next thing you know, I'm not there.
And they're trailing behind her.
And they're coming behind us, they're asking for a phone number, they're making, comments, calling her red or doing something like that. And so you ask yourself, and she said something, and she said, what kind of signals, is she sending out? I love what you said, Siobhan, about us being aware. I don't believe it's the signals that she's sending out. More or less, it's the guys,
yeah,
and the way they feel, the way they're feeling. A smile to them is a mixed signal. A smile to them is, ooh, look, she's looking at me. So I don't think you're sending out the mixed signals. I think they're on the receiving end, and they're mixed up somewhere from between your smile. It got lost in translation. A smile became, ooh, I want to date you, or ooh, I want to have sex with you. Just a simple smile. Somewhere it got lost, and I think that's on them. I think that's on the person receiving it. I think being aware, looking at you and looking around and going, well, you know what? Is she really sending off that vibe, or is it just me?
Or is she doing it to everybody? Is she gregarious that way? Watch her for a while. Well, not like as in a stalking way. Like, okay.
That's how she is. She is.
I know that's
she will say hi to anyone.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say my ex used to get mad. In working in the restaurant business, I always say like, "Thank you, babe," or "babe," or "hun." After just seeing someone random at the grocery store there, and I say that, and he used to always say to me, like, why do you say that? Like, that's so aggravating. It makes you think like I'm not here with you, and that you're single and you're not.
Mixed signals, see that?
And that's something that I thought about. Does that do that? One time we went to the drive-thru.
Yeah, but that's your personality. You shouldn't
see exactly
for anybody. That's your personality. You're a promoter. You work in the restaurant industry. I worked in the restaurant industry until I was like 30 something. Off and on, and from like age 14, and so you learn to be a promoter. You're probably a promoter naturally, and that's just and when you're walking down the street, you say hello to people. I'm tired of being snubbed by people. Actually, I don't like.
That's right. That's right, Siobhan.
People that look down at their feet when they're walking by, and their dog is sniffing up my dog, and they don't want to talk to me. Go home and stay inside if that's how you're going to be.
And that's a Siobhan Shaw rant.
That's right. She was feeling some type of way about that.
She was. You could tell she was. But Siobhan, I like how how you're saying this too, because when you're out in the world, why shouldn't you be able to speak to someone without it being interpreted another way? Or even the person that looks down at their feet, what signals are they putting out? What are they saying when you walk by the other day? Using examples are such the best way when we experience teach. In church no less. I come in and there's a person that kind of avoided me, didn't really want to say anything, and I came in and they put their head down right away because they knew that I was going to come up and bring something to their attention. And the signal that they put out, as soon as I walked in was clear. I know I did wrong. I don't want to see her. I'm going to put my head down, and that's the vibe they sent out. So sometimes I think, like I said in one of the promos, that we do those things intentionally. We intend on sending out mixed signals. We intend on doing that because that brings confusion. That also can back someone up that's expecting something else. You don't know how to approach a person sometimes if you're not sure how they are coming at you. And so I think it works reverse sometimes. Those mixed signals are delivered, and it's put as a ploy to confuse you and throw you off.
People like to make other people uncomfortable in situations. People get a high off that, and I will admit I am a person who does that. I'm a person.
The first step is admitting it.
I like to see people's reactions to things. I've always been like that. It's backfired a few times, but I'm definitely a person who likes to do that, and it may backfire on you. So, be careful. for sure.
Yeah, know what you're doing and know who you're doing it to.
Exactly.
There's all that awareness. You know how far you can get with someone.
That's actually a question I had when I did my 5-minute prep before the show was, is it a game for some people? And yes, it is.
She just said it. It is.
Interesting.
And you know what it is too? When it comes down to it, like she said, a lot of it is control. A lot of it is the attitude. You know, now we can tie in attitudes with some of this behavior. That is an attitude of, we talked about on a few shows about having the control, that that control over someone else. That is really powerful, to be able to watch someone squirm, to know you can make someone squirm, to know that you have that kind of effect on someone simply, by doing something, by saying something. And I think that when we become aware of that, like she said, she's working on it. When she takes that, she'll be able to use that. Honestly, she will be able to use that for good. If she puts that positive spin on it, she'll be able to use that for good. You'll be able to get people, when you're in marketing and you're promoting, just like what we're doing, if you can take that mixed signal and kind of put a positive spin on it, you can probably do some good with it. And you know what? I really feel that way.
So our chat on Monday between you and I, Donna, when we were setting up the show, is a great example, I think, of how to make sure you're both on the same page, that I'm understanding what you want from the show. Because you said, have we ever done a mixed message attitude? And I wrote back right away because I had no idea what you were talking about. I could have tried to guess, right? And I would be like, oh, yes, or oh, no. But I said mixed message as in what?
That's exactly right.
Like wires crossed? I actually gave you an example because that's what I was thinking. Like crossed wires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you went on to saying one thing, but your attitude shows something the complete opposite. For example,
absolutely,
you want to change your life, but doing everything to keep that from happening.
Yeah, those are called, as we said on the promo, they're called ask holes. They're called ask holes. And that's what they do. They ask all the time. Ask, how did you do that? What are you doing? Prime example, and again, I'm not picking on you, Ariel, but you're just right for the plucking tonight. We have our page, Moms on Missions. Ariel, recovering heroin addict. So proud of her. 6 months, Siobhan. 6 freaking months. 6 months. But anyway, people want to know how she does it. We get inboxes from people. They want to know, how she's doing it. Where's she going to meetings at? Yada, 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 yada. But we give them the basic answer of what she's done. And honest to goodness, sometimes they're just like, no way, that's not all she did. She says, I prayed, I developed a relationship with Heavenly Father, I leaned on my family and friends for support. Those are the things that she did. And you know what? Those are straight answers. Those are real answers. And people, that's not enough. You put it out there and you give it to them, and it's not enough. So I call those ask holes. Holes.
That's...
But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Look at us. We have the Journey of the Soul card. We wrote about shifting attitudes. We constantly do this show. We've been doing this show for 5 years about shifting attitudes. How many people really take what we say and try to apply it in their lives?
How many times do we really take what we say and apply it to our own lives?
Yeah, sometimes we're our worst person to listen to.
That's one thing for sure.
And so that's a mixed signal. Mm-hmm. Once again, we're saying this. How many times do we really have? Right. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I was gonna say I love how you said that, sending mixed signals your own self, saying
to ourselves,
another, right, and sending that off to someone else.
Yeah. How many times do I say, oh gosh, I'm just going to not blow my top. I'm just going to shut my mouth. Within 20 minutes, everything that I had bottled up is just flying out. It's hitting the walls. It's hitting people in the back of the neck. It's just coming everywhere. But to me, that's a mixed signal. That is a definite mixed signal. It's saying one thing and doing another. What do my kids think when I say I'm not going to lose my cool anymore? And then suddenly you know, I'm out there losing my cool. And so there's things that we can do for ourselves, you know, to counteract those mixed signals, you know. We got to work on that. We are a work in progress, you know.
Siobhan's like, yes.
No, oh, I have so many examples.
I know, me too.
I was looking that way because that's where the back door is. On the other side, you know,
you're about to go out the back door?
Slammed 100 times, or the dishwasher trays. Because I am trying to keep it together, keep my cool, you know, be the attitude shifter, right? Because
that's hard.
We have a little bit of a reputation to keep up, right? And some days when I am feeling totally overwhelmed, you know, I got to walk the dog, I got to make dinner, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got this call, and then somebody says something or doesn't do something, I just gonna go, ah, and so they get the mixed signals because I'm doing the slamming of the doors and, you know, stomping around. But I look back, that is how I signaled my discontent when I was a child. So I
was just going to say, okay, that's a good thing. So why don't we just say, instead of slamming everything, why don't we just go in there and say, you know what? I am so freaking tired of doing these dishes. I am so freaking tired of taking this dog out walking. I am tired. Why don't we do that? Why instead do we slam the door, huff and puff? Ivy, he's a blower. That's yes. Ivy. He's a blower. Ariel makes faces. She has her mouth curls up at the corners, and she's had it at that point.
You're a blower.
And I'm a blower too. I am. I'm a definite blower. And I'm in the car and she'll do something and that's a mixed signal. Instead of saying, Ariel, you're driving me freaking crazy coming up too close to the back of this car.
I was going to say driving. That is so aggravating when she does it. Like, and I know certain moments when she does it, I'm like, why don't you just say, back up off the car? Why must you blow? Why can't you just say, Ariel, I think you're too far close on that car. Too far close.
Too far close.
You mean like this? We're gonna die.
We're all gonna die. Are people
We're all gonna die.
Are you hold the strap at the top like every time I'm about to turn? You just assume.
I do, but you know what? I remember my father used to do this, so I just have become my father. And now here's the thing: is I can't keep saying this. Well, I mean, it's just falling on deaf ears because, you know, and it's everybody I get in the car with, so they all drive like maniacs, right? So it's not just one person. So I have to keep repeating myself every time I get in the car. I think this and going,
it's enough.
So much more effective.
Well, after hearing the story of Ariel and a former boyfriend who will remain nameless, flipped his poor grandmother over in the back seat of the car. I have a tendency to be careful in the car. I don't want.
Okay, there was no damage. She just flew across the back seat.
Was that the funeral you went to?
No.
Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, no.
He is dead now.
She's now dead. Rest in peace.
It wasn't because the car ride.
Because she got flipped around in the car.
That's right.
That is not.
I know that's not true. But you know what I mean? We send these signals out. And I think a lot of it, Siobhan, to be honest, is we really don't want to hurt people. I think sometimes those mixed signals, we have every good intention. Like if somebody walks in and they're wearing a dress and it looks like a tablecloth on them. And our face is like, but we're going, it's fine. It's fine. You know, no, that's a mean, well mixed signal, but don't let your friend go out looking like she's wearing a tablecloth. And don't try to, you know, you can't send those kind of mixed signals. You can't make the face, or when a baby's cute, when they go, isn't my baby cute, or isn't that baby cute? And everybody goes, all babies are cute. No, they're not.
No, but then if you say that baby's ugly.
No. I'm pretty sure some people have it.
You know, I had somebody recently, very recently, Tell me her age. She was
Oh gosh.
7 years old. I said, oh, I have a sister who's 65. I think she's 66. I think she just turned 66. And the woman's looking at me. And then I realized, I'm like, ooh, she doesn't know how old I am, right? Or and then she said, well, my husband is just 70. He looks young for his age, right? And I'm like,
no.
Really? I thought I would have guessed he was 75. I mean, I wanted to say that.
See?
But I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say because I think she was looking for me to say, oh, you guys look really young. It's amazing. How do you keep your skin so wrinkle-free? Like, is it dry cleaning? Or, do you hang yourself up every night?
See, that's those mixed signals. That's those signals again. And I think your face, if you look the way you looked when you were describing it, Siobhan, they knew.
That's the crazy thing. I know. I can't.
Some people can't control their facial expressions.
Poker face.
Just in the eyes, you can see it in my eyes what I'm thinking, right? I'm like,
oh my gosh, he looks like the crypt keeper.
Right?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to say to her?
See, that's the thing. That's the thing with the mixed signals. You have to. I think it goes back to when you're asked something to just tell the truth. Because if you don't if you can't keep a straight face, something's gonna tell. Body language, body language tells a lot too. A guy sits next to you and he puts his arm around you. I could use Ariel all night long as an example. My gosh, I know. Oh my gosh, I could just stab, throw darts. I watched her embrace somebody the other day, and it was just like ice.
The Venezuelan.
And then she met this guy. Hold on, Siobhan. Then we meet this guy out of the blue while visiting our daughter, my daughter in Texas. We meet this guy who works at this amazing restaurant that we ate at. And he came over that evening. There were no mixed signals. It was an exchange of phone numbers, and they've been talking back and forth on the phone. There were no mixed signals.
That's a good example. With no mixed signals
right.
at all.
There were no mixed signals. You guys are both attracted to each other, and boom.
Yeah, you can think about relationships you've had. There haven't just like it's just eye contact. Like it's just like boom. It's like nobody else in the world exists. I mean, I can think of all my major relationships. There was a time where all that there was that guy standing there, on the street, in the pub, wherever.
In the
pub. Okay, so
probably a lot of pubs.
so I like that because there's no mixed signals. It's that eye contact. It's that the mixed signals come later.
Yeah,
the mixed signals come after you're married and you're like laying in the bed going.
Okay, that's a whole other show because in about 60 seconds there will be no signal, and then things will really hit the fan. So, Ariel Butler,
yes,
what do you have to say?
Co-host in her rightful position in the orange chair.
I love my orange chair.
Orange chair.
I'm turning into the. I'm like.
Do you remember, Donna, there was this show we did at Halloween and you were all green?
I was green.
I don't know how you did that. The lighting was just
I did not do that.
Me, I'm always pink. Some shade of red.
I'm just going to leave and say mixed signals. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Go for what you want, Don't always send mixed signals because you may pass up and miss an opportunity that you could have had, So just go for what you want. And I love doing this show with you guys. Yay.
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 What do you have, Siobhan?
Don't start.
Mix a drink. Go to sleep. No, I think that really when we want to say something, we just need to find a way to say it with, and on the receiving end, the people shouldn't be offended. Like if I don't want to give you a compliment about your hair, we didn't even get into that, Donna. We didn't get into your hair thing. But the thing is if I don't want to talk about your hair, I won't talk about your hair. I'm not going to tell you, oh, your hair looks great. Or you're a revolutionary. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not necessarily going to say anything. And I think sometimes that is just better. Just say nothing. Just if they're trying to fish for a compliment or they're trying to flirt with you or hook up with you or whatever, or you're getting mixed signals at the job, or there are ways to clarify it, but there's also times where you just button it up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'm going to button it up real soon as you have given me the time wind down, all that good stuff. It's just been a really good ride. When we look at those mixed signals, let's just try to do it. Use it for what it is. It's a tool. Use it for what it is. Keep it positive, though, because that's what we're all about, shifting to gear P for positive. Until we meet again, the only thing I can tell you is to do that. Stay positive. If you don't like the hair, change it. If you don't like the attitude, shift it. That's what we do every Wednesday night on The Attitude Shift. Until we meet again, on behalf of my lovely co-hostess, Siobhan Shaw and Ariel Butler. Thanks for being the target tonight, Ariel. We'll probably look forward to doing that again next week. And I want to send that shout out with love. Peace out, everybody.